Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So there's a popular belief out there that content creators and even regular users have an obligation to engage in any social or political issues they encounter on the internet. Now this sentiment is very popular in the Vtuber community, and I know it's mucho text over here, but it sums up how I feel about this, okay? There is a belief in the Vtubing community that you must use your platform to speak about political and social issues, which is something I think is very, very misguided and quite frankly, stupid. And this belief has been, once again, reignited and re-examined after these tweets right here. Now, we're going to get to this main tweet next, but I want to start with this quote retweet because it's a little more general and it's a good place to start. So you might recognize this Vtuber, but they say this: Vtubers have a whole-ass platform, but completely refuse to engage with any social issues bother me so much. Like, you are directly engaging in society already by being an influencer. Hiding behind a screen doesn't change the fact that we are all human at the end of the day. So, like I'm going to do for the rest of the Vtubers in this video, let's see the kind of things that this Vtuber speaks out about. Oh, it's a bunch of misandry. This is something we covered in a video a few weeks ago. If you want a link to that, it'll be in the description. But that's just a little taste of this kind of person. But nonetheless, let's return to this tweet and this sentiment that Vtubers have an obligation to speak on political and social issues. That is completely misguided. If you want to talk about those things, more power to you. But as a Vtuber, I would recommend avoiding these things unless you're very, very passionate about them, because at the end of the day, it's probably going to leave you in a place of vulnerability and get you on the receiving end of a lot of harassment. There is no way that you genuinely believe people can talk about deep and emotional political and social issues on Vtuber Twitter or just Twitter in general. We have seen people deplatformed and doxxed for playing Hogwarts Legacy. Do you really think people will be patient and understanding when people share opinions about political and social issues that actually matter? Yeah, there's no way. And as a general concept, speaking on these issues is inherently divisive. As a Vtuber, when you speak on a political issue, for example, you are going to divide your audience, and that is not good for your career or your mental health. Even if you're saying something that is a widely the majority opinion on a political issue or something that's very well based, you're still going to have people who disagree with you and they're going to take it the wrong way. That's a very plausible thing that happens. And if you think otherwise, you're just being naive, right? And I think speaking on political and social issues is inherently divisive for another reason, and that's the fact that the average Vtuber fan doesn't want to hear that. And I can say that with full belief. The average Vtuber fan does not want to hear about political and social issues. If that disappoints you, too bad. But you don't understand what Vtuber fans want if you think they want to hear about these things. They are bombarded with these topics every single day, whether it's at work, school, or just going out and about in their regular day life. They hear these things all day. Escapism is healthy. They come home from a long day and you know what they want to do? They want to watch you, the Vtuber, be a cute anime character online and make pee-pee poo-poo jokes for an hour or two as they try to unwind. They don't want to be reminded of political and social issues they're already bombarded with every single day. If they wanted to hear those things, they would seek out content creators and other sources that are dedicated to those things. And I also have this issue with just entertainers in general being elevated, their political opinions being desired and elevated like they're better than the average person. Now I'm going to drop a truth bomb here. It might be hard for some people to hear, but when it comes to Vtubers and content creators in general, your opinion is probably pretty bad. Let's be honest. The vast majority of Vtubers have a combination of mental illness and zero social contact. I mean, these people haven't left their houses in months or even years. They don't really have a very good understanding of how the world works. We're in a very special position as content creators. We're basically sheltered, okay? You could go down the street and talk to a cashier and they probably understand more about the world than 90% of Vtubers. That's just a fact. And this weird pattern that people have where they elevate an entertainer's opinion because somehow being popular on the internet makes your opinion more valid and desirable. That's a load of BS. That doesn't make you smarter. In fact, like I said earlier, a lot of VTubers are out of touch with the real world. And I think it's quite frankly dangerous for some of these people to want to weigh in on political and social issues where they might spread misinformation about things. But nonetheless, the classic case after this VTuber is getting backlash, they do the, oh boy, time to clarify, because people are rightfully interpreting the very clear message they were trying to say. But basically they try to add this little caveat to it saying that it's only people from a place of privilege who need to speak up on these issues. Man, I would love to see what they consider privileged. I have a pretty good idea what that looks like. But personally, I believe anyone who has the time to care about these things is privileged. This is first world issues. If you're worried about people, VTubers in particular, speaking or not speaking out about political and social issues, first world problem. You get real problems, okay? But moving on, let's go to the main tweet that they were quote retweeting. This is what started the whole conversation. It's from this VTuber who makes metal music. They say, people who use VTubing as a means to escape from reality don't understand that being on the internet in and of itself is far from escaping reality. It's a cesspool of humanity magnified to its most potent toxic form. Good luck keeping up with that delusion though. Well, a lot of people do keep up this escape from reality. It's pretty easy. I mean, it's basically like you choose your own adventure online, the people you follow, the things you engage with. So if you want to avoid political and social issues, it's pretty easy to do. That's why people don't want VTubers engaging in this stuff when it's a form of escapism for them. But when I see someone like this, I go, okay, you're talking about people speaking on these things and not wanting an escape from reality. So like, let's see what you believe in. Let's see the things that you talk about on social media. Well, we don't have to look too far because Curry Rinji here gathered up some of the tweets that this VTuber has made, and it paints a pretty clear picture of where they stand on a lot of things. So I want to start with their Discord message here. This is in their Discord server. This is a good point of comparison as we move forward. So basically, long story short here, they banned Pog and Pepe memes in their Discord server because they believe it is a symbol of the violent alt-right and that they don't condone violent and harmful people. Keep that in mind as we look through their tweets now. This one captioned, "Me as an Antifa grandma." Here they are celebrating an arson attack on a French embassy. Here's them romanticizing North Korea. Here's them romanticizing communism. More romanticizing communism. More romanticizing communism. More romanticizing communism. More romanticizing communism. And some more romanticizing communism. Now, I'm going to share this opinion knowing that maybe only a few people are going to share my viewpoint here or my experience, but I think it's worth doing nonetheless, okay? I, like many people, exist here in the United States because a few generations ago, my family escaped from a communist regime, okay? That was the reason they came to America out of fear of their own life under that regime. They would be rolling over in their graves if they saw some adult woman romanticizing the regime that caused them so much fear on a day-to-day life. It is crazy. Like, I expect this behavior out of an edgelord 13-year-old who has absolutely no understanding of the real world or history for that matter, but a grown woman doing this, shame and embarrassment is only the start of the things that should be directed towards you for posting stuff like this. But while we're at it, let's see some other things they believe in. Oh, look at that. Lolicon is pedophilia, which of course, comparing real-life abuse to drawings, well, that waters down the terms like pedo and pedophile to something that they're not, and that is to the benefit of pedophiles because that word and the associated words aren't taken as seriously anymore because people use them like buzzwords in tweets like this. That is also something that is quite disparaging to real victims of abuse by likening what they have suffered through to drawings. It's absolutely ridiculous. And of course, they were on the hate train attacking Irina for the Lolly Smasher Pass video that they made. This was one of the hundreds of VTubers who joined in on that hate brigade. But nonetheless, let's stop for a second and remind ourselves where we stand. So what does this VTuber believe in? Well, let's see. They believe in romanticizing communist regimes. They also believe in watering down the term pedophilia to drawings to the benefit of real pedophiles. That's what they believe in, so that's what they're sharing online. And, let's give them credit where credit's due. At least they're sharing their opinion and letting everyone know about it. But moving on, remember that hate train that they just joined? Well, here's someone criticizing their post with a very polite message just saying, okay, this is a bad take, where they respond with saying, then focus on yourself and make actual content, maybe, rather than jump on a hate raid on someone's tweet with opinions you don't agree with. This is a hateful comment? What? And this is the same person who was on the hate raid attacking Irina over drawings. But nonetheless, more conversations here, but they boil their message down to maybe you don't have an obligation, but you have to have basic empathy. And if you have the platform to send a message to a lot of people, why not? Yeah, we're talking about empathy after everything we just saw. That's so crazy. Like, not only the bad takes and the crazy opinions that they support, but also the blatant hypocrisy is so glaring. But another thing I noticed, don't ask how I got down this rabbit hole, but I noticed them talking about Satan a lot, so I name searched Satan on their account, and they appear to be an unironic Satan worshiper, and if that is the case, go back to Reddit, madam. Like, please. But here's another person weighing in on this debate. It's another familiar face from the Hogwarts Legacy harassment campaign. So this VTuber says we might alienate some of the mainstream VTuber audience by doing so, but I truly believe that there are people out there that would be really into VTubers if they saw more of us address real-world issues and take vocal, principled stands against hatefulness, bigotry, injustice. Wow, that is... I got tingles. My hairs are standing up on edge. I got goosebumps from that brave speech. Well, you might recognize this individual because they had a viral clip where they shared one of their big stands, and that was against Hogwarts Legacy. And they went as far as claiming that it's okay to harass people who are playing the game.
Oh no, I got harassed for playing the wizard game. And it's like, yeah, shut up. Suck it up. If you honestly are playing that game and didn't expect to get a little flack from it, it means you literally have not been listening to Jewish people, you have not been listening to trans people, you have not been listening to anybody. If you honestly thought you could just play that on stream and not have somebody be like, hey, could you not? Could you not? So fuck her. And if you stream it, fuck you.
Yeah, as you can see, a very brave stand that they took, reminding everyone it's okay to harass others over a video game. Yep, that's the kind of people that are standing up for the little guy out there. But nonetheless, let's wrap up this video. So there is absolutely no obligation for a VTuber or any user online to speak on political and social issues. That should go without saying. People go for the act of escapism. Some people just want to have fun online and push aside all of those real-world things that they can avoid in other spaces and just have a good time. That's all they want, and if you don't understand that, maybe the VTubing sphere just isn't for you. But nonetheless, loaded topics today, so please share all of your thoughts about these various topics we talked about today in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.